Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurott, and welcome to another Pokemon Showdown. Well, it's more of a discussion about the tier shift that happened recently for the Pokemon Sword and Shield metagame. So, with the release of the Crown Tundra, a lot of current mons, or a lot of the new mons, are starting to shift down to the are starting to shift down. And also, like, some are starting to actually get better as well. As you can see, there's some rises and some drops. These drops are pretty huge, especially for the RU tier. The RU tier really got some crazy stuff going on in there. So it looks like with RU, they're going to be doing like a whole reset. So a lot of mons that were banned in RU or that were banned in RU are going to be unbanned and are going to be, like, allowed, and are going to be playable right now. Same with NUBL as well. So yeah, so before we get started with this discussion, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokeamino, and check out my Smogon profile. All those links will be down in the description onus. So, let's talk about the rises. We got Buzzwole and Nidoking rising into OU. Buzzwole's actually very good in dealing with Zygarde right now, as it can take on 1,000 arrows pretty well, and also just pressure with Ice Punch as well, and also it can just bulk up too. So the bulk up set is very, very good on it right now. So it's very cool to see this one get the usage it deserves, because a lot of people were saying that this one was going to be good in general, with, again, like, being able to counter Zygarde, and also just, like, its natural bulk is just, like, very solid on it. So it was expected. Like, people thought this mon would be pretty good coming back. So definitely has been. And same with Pheromosa. So yeah, they've both been very good. So Nidoking. Nidoking is actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool right now. It has been a long time since it's been OU Like, the last time that Nidoking was at OU was Gen 2. So it has been a long time coming for this mon to get back into OU. Basically, Nidoking acts like the Lando Eye, acts like Lando Eye, except that Nidoking is a lot weaker in terms of, like, its offenses, but also in terms of its speed. So it's not as fast as Lando Eye, but it still has, like, a lot more coverage in it, and could just hit a lot more things harder than Lando Eye could. Even though it doesn't even have, like, setup opportunity like Lando Eye does with Calm Mind. But still, Nidoking is very solid in breaking through the current core of Buzzwole, Zapdos, or not Buzzwole, Zapdos, Buzzwole, Toxapex, and Zygarde. Like, cores like those, it can break through very easily with Earth Power / Sludge Wave. So yeah, it's very, very good at that. And also, Ice Beam just pressures Zygarde too, since most Zygardes aren't running max speed unless they're, like, adamant. Not even adamant can outspeed Nidoking. I'm saying that if they were Zygarde, if they're, like, a more offensive variant with, like, Jolly or something, then Nidoking can't threaten it. But again, most Zygardes don't really put a lot into their speed. They don't go max speed because they can just put the rest into their bulk and then just be able to set up on whatever the mon is. But Nidoking can just break through that pretty easily with Ice Beam. Also, it just breaks through other cores as well in the metagame. Let me just go back to the ladder. But yeah, it can just break through a lot of other things pretty well. Again, it breaks through Magearna as well, Melmetal. Like, it's very good. And also with the rise of Regieleki and such, it's a ground type, which is very huge right now. So yeah, it's solid, very solid. I'm happy to see both of these two in OU. Barraskewda in OU. Looks like rain is starting to pick up right now. So yeah, flip turn with this thing, very good too. So it can get a lot of initiative off with the flip turn. With banded flip turn. In general, I think the mon just hits really hard in the metagame anyway. Like, liquidation, under the rain from Barraskewda hits incredibly hard in the metagame or right now. Like, there really aren't too many good resistances. Probably, like, the best resistance would be not even Ferrothorn, because that thing does carry CC, so it's just very hard to counter. I guess Bro's actually a very good counter to it. And Feeny. So, and also Hex as well, but it depends on if Barraskewda is going to be running Psychic Fangs. But still, there are some ways to deal with it, but in general, it just hits incredibly hard in the metagame with Rain Up. So yeah, it's a solid mon, very solid mon. And I guess like, well, no, it's just solid. It's just very solid. Again, with the Life Orb set or even with the Bandit set. Kingdra Rising into RU. Apparently RU is allowing rain in the meta right now. So, or in that meta right now. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of Kingdra plus Politoed. And also I guess that was why Barraskewda got banned from or starting to rise up in usage in OU as well. Well, not in OU, but in RU before it moved up. It was also very good on Rain too. Because I think in RU, Barraskewda really just ripped through that tier 2 with the Rain Up. So let's go to RU real quick. Well, I mean, it has all the new changes now, but I think beforehand it just ripped through everything. So yeah. Pretty cool to see that mon again in OU. And then again, going back to Kingdra, like the spec set's just very good in Rain. Hits very hard. Draco just bodies a lot of things. Surf as well. Hydro Pump too. Again, Argon doesn't have too many great solid answers to Rain. So yeah, it's cool to see it there, or it's cool to see it rise up there. So it'll be a very good pair with Politoed. Also, it can pressure through grasses. I think Serena was in UU before. I don't really know the RU tier like that. I have thought about like I thought about getting into the RU metagame just to find out what it's like. So eventually, soon, I will be diving into this metagame and just figuring out the stuff around this metagame. But yeah, again, even with Kingdra having Hurricane as well, it just pressures through a lot of the grasses, like it or can pressure through the grasses too. So yeah. Tyrantrum just, that thing shouldn't have been in NU in the first place. That thing hits too hard. That thing hits too damn hard. So yeah, it was expected. It'll be good in RU. It can even deal with the new Monta drop down too. So it'll be fine where it's at. Again, the new stuff it got with CC and Scale Shot just helps it out tremendously. So yeah, it's just pretty easy to run it with the Choice Scarf or even a band. Then we have Zydog. Zydog was that thing. I mean, Zydog is like a RU staple from last gen, so I think it'll be fine in RU. It could also like kind of pivot between UU and RU as well, with the DD set. And even Bandit as well. I think Bandit was the set it was known for in RU. So it'll be solid there. And honestly, again, looking at the new mons here, it could still deal with most of them anyway. Then we have you. Oh, okay, there we go. I didn't mean to zoom in like that, but that actually looks better. Okay, we have Arctovish rising into RU. Hail. That's why Hail. It's just Hail. Arctozil is also in RU as well. I think it was. Last month, I think it was, or not, yeah, like, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. 2 weeks ago, Arctozil was NUBL. I think, oh wait, no, it moved up to RU, 2 weeks ago. So, because of Hail rising in usage. So, it seems like Arctovish is going to be, moving on to that same path. So yeah, Arctovish with Slush Rush, with Vicious Rend, that's pretty good. So, it'll be solid there. Crobat, that mod was never gonna stay NU, man. That thing was never gonna stay NU. Like let's just look at the mon in general. Let's just look at Crobat. Like Crobat, I mean, from what I've been seeing, again, I'm speaking from like a reference, from Rabea, because he actually has his own channel and has talked about Crobat. So I was just like going from his thoughts about it. But Crobat, that thing has a lot of utility options had a lot of utility options in NU due to the fact that it had a very high speed. So you didn't have to put a lot of investment to its speed. You could just make it bulky and just make it a bulky pivot with the boots. So it was very good at doing that. You could also make it like a stall breaking set too with like Taunt, Brave Bird, and then like Roost. And if you want to go more support, then you go like Brave Bird, Super Fang, Defog, and then like Roost or something. So it was so yeah, again, I haven't actually played NU since the Snorlax ban. Like it's been a while since I played NU. But I also do plan on getting back into that metagame as well. Especially with the changes that have happened in this metagame so far. But yeah, I was not expecting this thing to stay very long. So on the bright side, Golbat will be getting usage again, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, this thing in RU, it'll probably be fine. It'll probably go back to UU by the end of this month. Rabombi, I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's good. Specs hits hard. Also has web support too. So if you get them webs up, then your team is set to go. So, and especially with these monsters being here, oh my god. Yeah, this thing's gonna be great. This thing's gonna be great to argue. I already talked about you, Polito, Rain. That just makes sense. Rain and Polito go together like bread and butter. So yeah. So while Rain is legal in RU, Polito will be there. Then we have Absol, Magmortar, Magneton, and Mesprit rising into NU. Apparently, Absol got close combat, so spammable fighting coverage as well as that dark coverage added on. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let me actually check NU. Let's go to NU real quick. Let's go to NU. Let's see how Absol looks against the tier. CC. Okay, CC the Aggron. CC that. It does get Stone Edge too, so Absol can kind of break through Send a Scorch, but you might as well just go for Knockoff instead. It's actually pretty strong with CC now. Could actually be a decent breaker, especially with Sucker Punch too. So, or I mean a decent sweeper with Sucker Punch. So, it's actually not that bad. I'm honestly surprised that this thing is NU, because I know last gen it was PU, and I think it went to ZU. I think it went to ZU last gen. So so it's interesting to see it here now. Also it did lose Pursuit, which is something that Absol was actually very good at. So with it losing Pursuit, it does lose that one little niche it has to deal with Ghost, but I think it seems to be still viable. So yeah. Only thing I don't like about it is its speed. The speed is very slow. So, but it seems to be managing. So there's that. Also, you can make it mix. Like its special attack isn't horrible, but you can make it mix with like Ice Beam and Fire Blast. You could break through something like a Scavalier. So you have that, and also break through Eggy with the Ice Beam. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. It'll probably be fine here. Alright, let's see. Magmortar. Yo, I was so excited to see Magmortar like rise into NU. I was just like, yo, that thing gonna put in some work. Like Magmortar, that thing is very good, especially with the boots. Oh, that boy be hitting. That boy be hitting and not taking rock damage too. That's very good. It's very good on this thing. And now it does have competition with other fire types as well, like a Turtonator, and the new ones that dropped, like a Torkoal and Salazzle. I don't know if Sun is banned in NU. I'm pretty sure it is. So I think Torkoal might be dropping again, but again, I'm not too sure. If you guys know if Sun got banned in NU, please let me know in the comments below. Again, I haven't played NU in months, so or I mean in like a month. So I don't know what's going on with Torkoal, but yeah. Again, Magmortar just has competition with the other fire types now. But the one thing that it does have is that it hits harder than these other fire types. There's that. Salazzle has set up a nasty plot, but this thing just has raw power. Like this thing hits hard, and even its physical attack isn't that terrible either. So you can take advantage and make it like mix as well. But yeah, it's actually pretty funny to see both Electivire and Magmortar here. So they're both kind of together, except for Jinx. Jinx is still PU. But again, like I said, a mix set's gonna be good, or even like Scarf, or again boots with offense is just great. Even Specs is good too. Again, Smon's very good right now. Also, Magmortar does have access to teleport, so you can make it like a teleport user. Granted, it's not like, the best at it, but it does get it. So I don't know. I think you'd want to take advantage of that. Like if you have a teleporter, you may as well take advantage of it. You could probably like get some could probably play some mind games with your opponent, potentially. Like say for example, you bring in Magmortar and then they switch out and go to their water. You can just predict that switch and then teleport, or you can just Thunderbolt it. Like either one works. Since it does have access to Thunderbolt. But yeah, with it losing HP Grass and such, it can't break through stuff like Quagsire that well anymore. But honestly, it still hits hard even with Fire Blast or even Overheat. Like they both still do damage to stuff like Gastrodon and to the waters in general. So yeah, if Sun isn't banned in NU, then I think you could pair this with then I think you could pair Turkle with Magmortar and then just do some heavy damage with that thing under Sun. So yeah. Okay, that covers Magmortar. Magneton, I don't know what this thing does. I think it just like it's Scarf. You can make it Specs probably. Hits hard. I think it was meant to check Crobat, because Crobat, like I already mentioned, didn't need to run like max speed. And even if it did run max speed, Choice Scarf Magneton did not outspeed it. It outsped. Oh, actually no, I think it. No, wait, no, it does not speed it, because it's 262 times 1.5. Wait, I might be wrong. I think it does outspeed it, but like by 1 point or by 2 points. It's something like that. No, it does not speed it. I'm thinking back to Choice Scarf Metagross from DPP. That thing goes 399 or 393, and same with this. So yeah, it does not speed it unless it's like not fully max speed, which most Crobat haven't been doing. So you could Thunderbolt it and kill it with your Magneton if you ran its Scarf, which I'm pretty sure that was what people were using with their Magneton. But cool to see it rise up. I don't know if it'll last long, to be honest. Again, I think I already mentioned it before with Magneton, that with Magneton not having Hidden Power Fire, it kind of loses its niche to like trap other steals. It can still do it, but like it can't trap stuff like Escavalier anymore. So, and kill it with HP Fire. So you have to just Thunderbolt it. And Thunderbolt to like Escavalier does like probably a good 40% if it's not like if it's not a well, actually, it does a little bit more if it's not a bulky set. If it's like an offensive Escavalier, it could probably do like up to 60%. But with it being bulky, like an AV set, Thunderbolt will probably do like 30 at most. Maybe a little less than 30 or a little over 30. But still, it can revenge it back. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Magneton, it'll probably be fine here, honestly. It's still a pretty good electric type. Granted, it does have competition with Rotom as well, or with Rotom in terms of pivoting, and just like synergy in general. I don't know if Magneton will stay NU, honestly. It's still good, but like, I'm not too sure. I mean, Specs Magneton still hits pretty hard though. Huh. Also, it doesn't have to take rocks, unlike the other, it doesn't take too much damage from rocks, unlike the other electric types. So there's that as well. It'll probably be fine. Alright, Mesprit. I don't know what Mesprit's doing right now. I'm assuming that it's running like a Choice Scarf set or something. It does have a lot of utility options. It does have a pretty wide move pool in general. So it gets stuff like Ice Beam and such, Ice Punch, Psychic. It does have access to Draining Kiss now from the DLC. So, or wait, no, not Draining Kiss. It gets Play Rough. Well, no, it does get Draining Kiss, doesn't it? Yeah, there it is. So you could run like a Draining Kiss set with this thing, with Calm Mind too, or even with Nasty Plot. That also works too. Yeah, this thing is gonna be pretty nice. It'll be a good utility mon. It also does get access to Healing Wish too, so you could like Healing Wish up a Sweeper if you want to. And then, like have it just like in the back to clean up. Also, in case you didn't know, Healing Wish can actually like, you can actually store the Healing Wish. So, it will heal, or it won't heal the mon on the next turn. It'll heal a mon that's already injured. So, for example, you Healing Wish this thing, you Healing Wish the Mesprit, and then like a couple turns after you bring in a mon that's already hurt, that Healing Wish will come down on that mon that's hurt, and it'll bring it back to full. So yeah, it's a new mechanic that has happened in Gen 8. So you can store your Healing Wishes. So Mesprit will be pretty good in doing that. Yeah, I think offensive Mesprit and just utility Mesprit are gonna be very good. It also does get rock. It also does get access to rocks too, so you can just like have it be like a Stealth Rock lead too, and do some stuff with that. Yeah, Mon is solid, pretty solid Mon. I think it did stay NU last gen, or it might have dropped to PUBL. It might have dropped to PUBL last gen because I think Yuxi was NU at a point in Gen 7. But then it rose back up to RU. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. But yeah, Mesprit's gonna be good. It'll be good here. Okay, next we have Ludicolo. I don't know what Ludicolo does. I'll just skip it, but it's cool to see it, rise to PU. Same with these two. Shuckle. I thought Shuckle would actually. Well, I mean, it is rising. It did rise, so now it's in PU. But in OU, that thing is very good on webs. Just because you want to have like not only webs but also rocks as well. So you kind of have it be like a suicide lead with the sticky web and the rocks, and also you have your like red card to force things out if they hit you. So yeah. I honestly thought it rise to OU, but I guess it doesn't have enough usage to be OU yet. But in PU it'll be pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. But again, this thing's pretty good. In OU anyway. I don't know what it does in PU. I'll probably just do the same thing it does in OU. Just get up webs and then get up rocks as well. Maybe run some like infestation stuff too. I don't know. PU's a pretty weird tier for me. I mean, PU has like all the new mons, which is really funny. Gourgeist, I don't know what form this is, but Gourgeist is just good in general. In the lower tiers right now. So pretty sure that's like or I mean it's like ghost type, and ghost types are just good right now in PU. So yeah, cool, I guess. Probably run like Banded with Poltergeist or like Leech Seed stuff. Or Choice Scarf too. I know Choice Scarf was a thing back in NU. I think towards the it was pretty big in NU when the Isle of Armor came out. This thing, or I mean not the small version of Gourgeist was actually pretty good in NU back then. But yeah, again, if it's both of them, then cool. They'll both be good in PU. Yeah, that pretty much covers these the rises. All right, the drops. Okay, Ditto. Drop to PU. It doesn't matter. That thing is good wherever it's at. It doesn't matter. Like, this thing is legit good wherever it's at. It's even like it's still good in not PU. It's good in it's still good in Ubers as well. Just because you want to be able to copy the stats of your opposing Calyrex and then just reverse sweep them or something like that. Yeah, I can do some stuff like that, and same with against Zacian too. So it's a good mon in it's a good mon in Ubers. And again, pretty much like everywhere, it'll be fine where it's at. Again, like Ditto is kind of like Quagsire, Gastrodon, and well, I mean, it pretty much is like those mons. It's like Gastrodon and Quagsire. Like they both kind of like shift between the tiers, but they're still good wherever they're at. So yeah, this doesn't really matter too much. Sharpedo rising, or I mean, it dropping in the RUBL. I don't know. That's cool, I guess. I mean, with spike pressure, this thing is gonna be nice. Again, you got your clef key right there too, so this thing's gonna be pretty fire in RU. All right, actually, I think it did get released into RU, didn't it? Let's see, Sharpedo. Okay. Oh my god, it's okay. I made this set. This set was like this. This wasn't on purpose, by the way. This wasn't on purpose. Like, I just remembered that I had this here, but this shit is so funny right now. Oh my god, I can't believe this thing is in RU right now. But I was looking at Sharpedo. We're gonna talk about Gengar, but Sharpedo I think is released here, right? Yeah, it is. So it'll be good with spike pressure. But I'll probably get banned. Like, okay, all right. It's time. Let's talk about these mons. Let's talk about all these demons here. Alright, I'm going by which one's gonna get banned. Alright. You're dropping the NU. You'll be fine here. You'll be fine here. You'll be fine. You're going back up. You're going back up. You'll get, banned. You'll stay here. You'll get banned. You'll probably drop into NU. But you might still be like shifting between RU and NU. Even UU as well. Banned as hell. How the fuck did this get here? No, you go right back up, sir. You go right back up to UU with your huge power ass. Alright, this thing, Doublade will be fine in RU. You'll probably be fine, actually. You may end up getting banned, though. I think Entei was already NU before, but it got, oh my god, did I just say NU? I meant RU. This mon was RU before. And now that's competition with the Arcanine, so that'll be pretty funny. Also does get it does get Scorching Sands now, and also you can switch up its nature, so you can make it like adamant with the band instead of, or you can make it jolly to make it faster. Excuse me. But yeah, you can make it jolly to make it faster if you want, with the choice band, so that's gonna be pretty cool. You're gonna get banned. You'll be fine. You'll drop. How the fuck did you get here? How the fuck did you get here? Why is this here? Like, what the fuck? How? Why? Why are you here? Who did this to you? Who said, man, I'm not using Gengar, I want to use fucking Blacephalon? Like, it's funny because that's what people were actually thinking. That's what people are thinking right now. Luckily Blacephalon did get banned. Excuse me, but yeah, it's so funny to see this thing here. It's actually hilarious. Like I'm actually like, I'm laughing at it, but I'm also sad at the same time. Like, how the fuck did Gengar get here? That's amazing to me. It's actually amazing. Man. It's not power creep, it's just people not actually using these mons. Like, that's literally what it came down to. But yeah. This thing's gonna get banned. Definitely. Nasty Plot? Who say you can stay here with Nasty Plot? Shadow Ball, all that bullshit. Fuck no. Get out. Go back to UU, bro. Go back to UU. You'll be fine in RU. Grimmsnarl. I think you'll be broken. Especially with screens right now. You'll be broken. You'll be very broken. You'll probably get banned. You're... How the fuck did you get here too? Oh my god. This thing is getting banned too. Hell no. How the... Hatchers, go back to UU, bro. Or actually, no, UUBL. Go back up there, bro. You don't deserve to be here. You actually don't. Heliolisk will be fine. Also with Sun and Rain being available right now in RU, it'll be good. It'll be very good. But once those get banned, I see Heliolisk going down to NU. So yeah, Klefki will be fine. It'll probably get banned though with the spike pressure and all that. So it'll probably end up like shifting between RU and UU. How the fuck? Yo. I'm really looking at Kyurem and RU. That's fucking hilarious. Remember when people thought Kyurem was banned? When people thought Kyurem was broken? Remember that? That was like in the home meta. People thought, oh my god, we need to ban Kyurem. Now it's here. What happened? What happened then? What happened here? Like what the fuck? This thing's not staying. Hell no. Go away. Get the fuck out. This thing's too strong. It kills everything here. It literally kills everything. You die to Ice Beam, you die to Freeze Dry, you die to Ice Beam, and it's a speed type, but you still die to Ice Beam. You get, well, actually, you can take this on. Nah, not really. Specs can do like 40, or yeah, Specs Kyurem can do a lot of damage to that Bronzong. That dies. All these bitches die, bro. How the fuck you get here, bro? Go back up to UU and you stay in UU, or get banned from UU and then go to BL. That's where you're gonna be. You're too damn strong to be here. You'll probably get banned in like another day. Alright, Lycanroc Dusk, I don't know why you're here. You should definitely get banned. You're dropping down to NU, maybe even PU. You'll be fine. This is actually Metagross's home right now. Metagross was actually pretty good in RU last gen. There's a lot of cool things you could do with it. You can run like a cut tap set. You could go Twist Scarf. You could go like Agility, Life Orb. You could do a lot with that thing. It's pretty good. Again, like I already mentioned before, I do want to get into the RU metagame. So, I will be playing it. I will be playing the RU metagame, but I want to wait until these demons get banned. Like, once these demons get banned, I'll be happy to play RU. But yeah, you're going to be fine as an offensive rocker and Scarfer and all that jazz. How the fuck did you get here? You're getting banned too. How did you get here? You should not be here either. You're like, this thing, no. No. That's another regen mon too. So you have like regen paired with these two here. Even Slowking as well. I think Slowking's actually Yu though. I think it is Yu. I don't remember. Let me see. I can't believe that's there. Slowking is. Oh, you're RU. Okay. Yeah, you could do like some regen stuff with that. Some regen cores. Also, you could go Scarf, you could go like AV, or if you want to, you could go like Bandit too. It does get CC as well. I think it also got Blaze Kick. Yeah, I don't know why you're here. You're gonna get banned. And go back up to UU. Alright, Mimikyu. I actually can't believe it's here. I cannot believe it. It actually dropped to RU. You know, you're actually... I don't know how I feel about Mimikyu and RU. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually pretty good. But I don't know if it's too good. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's too good for this tier. I mean, SD with Shadow Sneak can be pretty good, especially with spikes down. Or even just webs. Like a web offense team with Mimikyu could actually go crazy. Of course, you need to get a lot more chip on other monsters before you could actually let it go, because I think it's still pretty weak, even with the Life Orb. But it'll probably be fine here. Might end up getting banned though, but for now, I think it's fine where it's at. Now, if this thing actually doesn't get enough usage and drops in the NU, I will be laughing my ass off. Like, I don't know if like Mimikyu isn't horrible. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. But it'll probably be fine here. It will probably be fine here. Necrozma. You're gonna get banned too. DD with screens is too good. DD like store power, calm mind, all that jazz. Yeah, that thing's strong. That thing's very strong. You could get banned actually. You could. Especially with these web offense teams running around right now. You could get banned. Or I mean screen offense. Yeah, this thing could get banned. You're getting banned too. You're definitely getting banned. Fuck no. Alright, Noivern. What took your place in UU? I think it was it Latias? No, it wasn't Latias. It was actually no, it was Latias. Some other monster took your place. Hold on, let me go to UU. Okay, UU. Let's see. I think Latias is here. Yeah, Latias. To be honest, Noivern is the fastest dragon in this metagame. Like, it would be the fastest dragon in this metagame. I think it's gonna get more usage in UU right now. I think it'll get back to getting usage in UU. So it may end up, you know, getting banned from here. It's very fast. Noivern is a very fast dragon. It's actually now it's the fastest dragon in RU, but I do see this mon getting banned from here. I think it was RU last gen though, so it'll probably be fine here anyway. But with the boots being on this thing, it just gives, you know, Noivern a lot more utility options. So I don't know. I think it will get banned though. I do think it'll get banned. Or the former, or no, it'll get banned. It's not gonna. I don't think it'll stay here. It's just too good at its job of being not only a defogger but also being a wall breaker. A lot this thing can do, man. Yeah, it's not gonna stay. Obstagoon and RU. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I think it might be too good for RU. Especially with web offense. That thing could be pretty deadly. I think it could be very deadly. But there is, Galarian Weezing that can kind of stop it. What else could stop it? Rabombi could actually stop it if it's not running, if webs aren't up. Pissimian can like scarf it and then kill it, or you could scarf Pissimian and then to kill it with like a CC or UE. Definitely CC's better though. Also, you can't really break through the other Friday types that well. But you are faster than them though, so you could probably kill them with a facade. Now if only Obstagoon had E-Speed, then we'd be having a much different conversation right now. But yeah, I think it'll probably be okay here, especially with the webs up. But I don't know, it may end up being too good, especially looking at these other mons. You could kind of beat these other mons too, with the gut set. Or Dell with the gut set. But I'm saying that it might be too good for that. Yeah, it might be too good. Omastar. With Rain being active right now, you seem pretty good. You seem very good. Again, you're gonna see some stuff like Politoed, Omastar, then Kingdra. You're gonna see all that shit. Honestly, this thing could be like a Suicide Elite with spikes too, under Rain, with Rain. So it'll be good there. Also, you could run the Meteor Beam set with it too, since it does get it. So you can run like Meteor Beam, Power Herb, or something, and then do some stuff with that. So yeah, not too bad. It'll be good. Palisand. I think last gen you dropped to NU. Actually, I think you might have dropped to PU though. Let me see. No, I think you dropped to NU last gen. Here, I think you're gonna be necessary, especially for stuff like this and not really that. I don't know. You're not as good of a wall as I thought you'd be. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna last very long. I think Palisand may drop to NU. Honestly. These mons just really hammer it down. They all hammer this mon down. Except for like maybe Metagross. Metagross can actually can get kind of messed up by Palisand, but besides that, everything can kind of just like destroy it. So yeah, I think you're gonna drop to NU. Poltegeist. Well, it's a ghost type. And ghost types are very good, so you'll probably be fine here, especially with webs up or not webs with screen offense. So yeah, you'll be fine. How the fuck did you get here? Go back to Yu with your crazy ass. How'd you wander down here? Specs? Nah, man, get him out. Raikou was RU last gen, so they'll probably be fine here. Honestly, I'm surprised that it is here. You think that with the new tools it got, and also with the fact that you can change up its nature to be timid or modest, so that we could take advantage of Aura Sphere / Weather Ball. You think it'd actually be Yu, but I guess people aren't using Raikou, so it'll probably be fine here. Especially with the weather teams around right now. Again, it'll be pretty good on Rain and even on and maybe even on some Sun builds, maybe. But I definitely see it very good on Rain. Yeah, it'll be good. Regigigas is gonna drop down to PU or NU. Or it'll drop down to PU. May end up dropping down to ZU actually, and then it'll get enough usage to go back into PU. Yeah, that's where I see Regigigas being. Even with those buffs it got in Rest and Protect, I don't think it's enough. So yeah, it'll be fine in PU. May end up getting banned from PU though, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Reggie Steel is a staple of RU, so it'll be fine here. The body press set also looks pretty good too, so it'll take advantage of that. Roserade is also another RU staple, so it'll be fine here with spikes plus T spikes. Rotom Cut is also another RU staple, so it'll be fine here with the spec set or even the choice scarf set. Or even a utility set with like Pain Split and Defog. It'll be fine here. Now you no. You gotta go. You're Scolipede. No, go. Go back to UU. Or get banned from UU and then go back to BL. You're not staying here. Fuck no. Alright, Scyther. SD looks pretty good. And the SD set looks pretty good. It does have to, like, be aware of Raikou. But outside that, though, it's free. It's very free. This one is gonna go crazy. It will go crazy. Dual Wing Beat gonna go nasty. And knock off too. Like, this thing's gonna be good. It'll be pretty good. Does have to be aware of Lycanroc too with the Cell Rock too. Also, you probably need to pair it with something to break through like Palisand and other walls in the tier for it to really go crazy. I know Steelix can actually hard wall this thing, so you probably need like a fire type or something or a water type to break it down before you actually let Scyther do what it needs to do. So it'll probably be fine here. May end up being Scyther's home actually. So yeah, Slowbro Galar. Apparently this thing was very good in RU. So or was very good in RU during the Isle of Armor metagame. So I foresee the same thing happening here. I think eventually it got banned though. So I kind of see the same thing happening here as well. Just seems very strong with the Nasty Plot set and also with the Quick Draw, Quick Claw. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Or I mean, it will still be good. Galarian Slowking. Huh. Surprised you're actually here. But I guess UU just kind of kicked the shit in. So let's see. Let's look at UU and let's look at Galar. Let's look at Slowking real quick. Slowking or Glowking. Yeah, I mean, Sun is pretty good. So, Victini kind of fucks it. Lele also fucks it. Even though an AV set could actually take pretty, or I mean, it doesn't take that much damage from Lele, surprisingly. It's actually very bulky with an AV. But yeah, I guess it's just too slow as well. It also can't teleport like its Kanto brethren. So yeah, huh. I really am surprised it did drop. But I'm pretty sure it'll be okay in RU. But it may end up going back to UU though. Or it might get some usage in UU. Actually, it's honestly pretty good in OU as well. At least on some builds I've been seeing, like some bulky builds or even some stall builds. So it'll probably just be shifting between those three tiers: RU, UU, and OU. Go away and never come back to RU. How are the beasts here? I mean, okay, Entei makes sense. Entei's just bad. I hate to say it. Entei's just bad. Like it's never gonna be as good as it used to. It's never gonna be as good as it used to. Granted, like Raikou. Well, Raikou, I'm very surprised it's still here, or it is here in RU. With its coverage in Scald, Aura Sphere, Weather Ball. Like I'm still very, very confused by that. But like Suicune, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? How are you gonna be here? You belong here in UU. I don't see RU. That's UU to me. That's UU. I see UU and OU. That thing's very good. I think it's very good. It was good in Gen 6. Like Suicune's been OU, or I mean, well, not OU. It has been OU since like Gen 4. Then it dropped out into UU in Gen 5 and Gen 6 and so on. But yeah, it's honestly just new toy syndrome, or I mean old toy syndrome, I guess. Since you have the stronger mons like Volcarona around in UU and some other stuff like that, and the Tapus as well. And even with all that stuff around, I'd expect Suicune to still stay. But wow, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Yeah, you're not staying. You're going back to UU. Sylveon will probably be okay. It'll probably be fine here. Talonflame, I don't know what to say about you. I honestly don't. Like, I'm more disappointed than. Well, honestly, I don't really know. Like, I just don't know. I mean, on paper, it still looks kind of good against these mons. If it had, Gale Wings, like, actually functional. Back to, like, its Gen 6 era. But, yeah, I think it'll be fine here. Again, priority Braper is still pretty good. So there's that going for you. But outside that, though, you'll probably be okay. Might end up dropping into NU towards the end of the month, but I feel like that's a little too crazy. I don't think Talonflame would really fit in NU. But if it does go into NU, then well, I called it. Okay. Tangrowth in the RU. Tangrowth hasn't been RU since Gen 5, so that's pretty interesting. It'll be fine, I guess. Right now in OU, it's just not really cutting it because you got stuff like kyurem-black, and you also have what else? What else is here? I mean, there's just too much stuff for it to really handle in OU right now, so it's just not that great. Like pretty much like OU right now, it's just like covered by Pheromosa, which already beats Tangrowth like just from that with like Bug Buzz, or even U-Turn. But mostly Bug Buzz, since Bug Buzz can kill in one shot. Unless it's like AV. And even then, if it is AV, it still gets kind of messed up. But yeah, it's just not that good. And also, it's free setup for Zygarde too, since Zygarde can clearly just glare it down and then just like sub down and then beat it 1v1. Since HP Ice isn't here anymore. So yeah, Tangrowth will probably be fine in RU. May end up going back to UU once the broken mons get banned. But for now, it's fine where it's at. Or I mean, it'll be fine here. It's actually pretty good against some of the physical attackers that dropped, like Haxorus and even Conkeldurr. And also even you can actually Tangrowth can actually deal with this pretty well. It'll be a good defensive wall. Or even a good like mix or AV too, or AV user. Terrakion in RU is very sad. That thing should go right back up to UU. That thing is too damn strong to be here. With screen offense or just having it be like a straight up wall breaker, hell no, fuck no, get this thing out. Same with Thundurus. Same with Thundurus and Cardinal. Get this shit out of here. They both don't belong here, man. These Gen 5 Titans do not belong here. Seriously, this thing is too good, especially with the Nasty Plot set too. And you could even run it with in the weather too with Weather Ball. Yeah, no, get out and never come back to RU. Kiss, I don't really care. I mean, it should probably be UU. But that's all I gotta say. Toxtricity. I never thought I'd see you in RU. Specs seems very solid. Gotta say, there's not too many switch-ins for Specs. From a Specs Boom Burst from this thing. Or even a Specs Overdrive. Like, Overdrive kind of just caps everything. Like, honestly, you know what? Yeah, like, Specs Overdrive just fucks everything up. Like, the only answer really is Palisand. So if you don't have a Palisand, this thing is free to just overdrive through your team. Or I mean, like, Boom Burst through your team as well. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be pretty good. But I think it'll probably solidify itself in RU. I don't think Toxtricity will go any further. I think it'll be fine here. May end up shifting between RU and UU though, but or I mean this here in UU, but I think it'll be fine here anyway. Serena in RU, it's back to where it was at last gen, so that's pretty cool. It'll be fine here. Triple act, like this thing now has triple axle, which means it has ice coverage. So ice coverage with with grass and fighting coverage. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It'll be fine. It'll be pretty good here. Umbreon was RU last gen, so it'll be fine here. Uxie was also RU last gen. RU/UU last gen, or NU last gen, so it'll be fine here. Venusaur, if Sun isn't banned, then this thing will be pretty dominant. It'll be very dominant. But if Sun is banned, then Venusaur will probably drop into NU. Weezing Galar in RU. Interesting. It's very good. It's still pretty good. I think it'll be a pretty solid wall, especially paired with Tangrowth. I think these two will be pretty good to deal with the physical attackers in the metagame right now. So yeah, it'll be solid here. Don't know if it'll rise back up to the UU though. But I think once, again, going back to UU, I think once stuff like Lele go away, and also I think Latias is already like a staple here. But I think once like the stronger psychic types go away, then it'll find its way back here. Honestly, like UU just feels very weird right now. Again, I don't know what's going on in UU besides, again, the fact that Volcarona and Victini are here, which honestly just shit all over this tier. So, yeah, that's probably the reason why you're here. But again, like I said, with Weezing plus Tangrowth, that seems like a pretty good defensive core. Zarude. I have not used this thing, but I've heard a lot of positive things about Zarude. And it seems like it's pretty weird for it to be here. I think it'll get kind of messed up by all the bug type coverage here, because I mean you got bug type coverage in this, and with U-turn you got U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. What else can U-turn? U-turn, U-turn, and that's gonna hurt. It's actually gonna hurt a lot. What else? First impression, U-turn, and also this is faster than U2. First impression, yeah. I think it'll be fine though, but it's gonna have to be aware of first impression from a lot of these mons and just bug coverage in general. I know in OU it's actually a very solid Zygarde counter, because of jungle healing. So you could just like jungle healing, and then you could jungle healing to not only recover from the damage that Zygarde does to you, but also from the para as well, and then you could just kind of like set up all over it and then just Darkest Larian through it. So it's actually one of the few good counters to Zygarde. Very surprising to see it here. But again, it'll be fine. It'll probably be fine here. Don't know if it'll. I don't know if it will solidify itself in RU. It'll probably end up going back to UU though. Again, once the broken stuff is gone, then it'll go back to UU. All right, now we can talk about these drops. All right, RU to NU, we got Comfey, Druddigan, Espeon, Gigalith, Inteleon, Mudsdale, Regice, Salazzle, Torkoal, and Xatu. I'm actually happy about these mons that dropped. Comfey is an NU staple. Doesn't have hidden power fire anymore, so it can't break through the steel types anymore. So it might end up dropping again. But for now, I could see a sub Calm Mind set, with like Draining Kiss and then like maybe Leech Seed or something. Probably run like some big root stuff. Let's actually check NU right now. Let's see how strong that thing actually is. Okay, Comfey compared to the rest of the metagame. A Calm Mind set with it. Actually, if you just pair Comfey with this fire type, that thing can go crazy. Like Comfey plus Magmortar, or even Comfey plus Centiskorch looks pretty solid. More Comfey plus Magmortar though. But yeah, like if you get rid of the steel, Comfey's free. it's actually free. It does get store power as well, so you could run like a store power set too. So like Calm Mind, store power, and then Draining Kiss or something. Or like a taunt set too, with like Calm Mind taunt. I think it does get taunt, doesn't it? Let me see. I'm pretty sure it does get taunt. Yeah, you can run like taunt, Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, and then store power. Or even I think Psychic or Psyshock. No, it doesn't get Psychic, so it only has store power. Yeah, you can just run that. So yeah, it'll be fine in NU for now. Druddigan back in NU is so nice. It feels so good to see this mon back in NU. Now you can just glare stuff and get your rocks up too, or be offensive with like a Life Orb set. Druddigan can do a lot right now, so it's very solid, very very solid mon. You could also run like Rough Skin with Rocky Helmet too. Make yourself a defensive pivot, or I mean just a defensive wall in general. And also you could just make it a phaser with a Dragon Tail / Roar. Probably Roar though, because you know the fairies are more common right now. Not like super common though, but Comfey is back though, so there is that. Also, Comfy doesn't really appreciate taking damage from Druddigan because of its rough skin. Um, slash or rough skin plus rocky helmet. So yeah, because in case you didn't know, Draining Kiss is a contact move. So yeah. Espeon, I'm honestly surprised that you're here. Got competition with Xatu now, so that'll be pretty fun. Specs Espeon actually looks. Let's see how that one actually looks compared to the rest of the metagame. Espeon. Okay, Espeon versus the NU metagame. Calm Mindset looks pretty good. Even Specs looks good. I think it does get tricked too, doesn't it? So you could probably run some like trick stuff and try to pivot around with, or not pivot around, but like lock them on into a move and then just Calm Mind up. So that seems pretty solid on you. You could break down some special walls that way. Yeah, seems alright. It is gonna be outsped by Sneasel though, so Sneasel will kill that off. But I think having a offensive Psychic type is still pretty solid. So also does have competition with not only Xatu but also Mesprit in terms of being an offensive Psychic. So there's that as well. Oh, Malamar dropped to NU. I didn't even notice. Damn. So wait, hold up. So okay, yeah. So this is irrelevant. Okay. I didn't think it actually dropped right away. That's pretty funny. Okay, so Malamar is NU now. So cool. Yeah, Espeon is gonna be pretty good with the Calm Mindset. That's all I can say. Like Calm Mind or Specs will probably be its way of maneuvering through the tier. We got Sand back with Gigalith, so that's pretty cool. So Sand is gonna be nice. You could run like some Sand Rush stuff with Lycanroc. So that'll be cool. Also, it's another defensive wall, which is something that the metagame needs. So that's also pretty nice. Now Ninjask isn't as much of an issue, or if it was an issue, now it's pretty much like not an issue at all. That thing just dies. So yeah. All right, Inteleon. I actually kind of predicted that Inteleon would drop into NU. But been seeing a lot of things about this thing having Sniper too. So Sniper Inteleon actually kind of messes up the whole metagame, to be honest. The only resist it has, immunity it has is Gastrodon / Quagsire. But even then, you could just crit Ice Beam it. So, or crit Ice Beam both of them. So there's that. I think Thwackey will probably be rising usage to deal with this thing. The outside that, I think it's gonna get banned. Honestly, that thing is very strong. I'm looking at this. Like Ice Beam and water coverage is all it's gonna need. Or is all it's gonna need. So it'll be fine. It'll definitely get banned. Okay, Mudsteel is back, so we got our defensive wall back. So got that ground type back, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, got Rocks back, got the body pressing set back, and also like band maybe. If people want to run band. Defensive Rocker's back too, so yeah, Mudsteel will be fine. It'll solidify itself back into the metagame again as the premier defensive wall. Also, this thing just hits incredibly hard anyway, with this neutral 125 attack. So yeah. Regice. Well, the decline of the iceberg. Regice is going to drop into PU. I think it will. I don't think Boots is enough to save it. Honestly, it's a good wall. That's all I can say. It's a good wall, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Like Boots are nice though. You can make it offensive with rock polish, and then you could do some stuff with that. Or if you don't fear rocks, you could just go like Blunder Policy, and do some stuff with that. Get yourself a speed boost after you miss your Focus Blast / Zap Cannon, and then just go crazy from there. So there's that. But yeah, that's all this thing's gonna be doing in NU. If it does do anything in NU, I really do think it'll drop into PU again. So yeah, Salazzle in NU. No, get out. Go back to RU, bro. Go back, or ma'am, go back to RU. You don't belong here. Nasty plot is nasty. I know, I'm redundant with it, but yes, it is nasty. Don't know. Sub toxic protect. Fuck no. Get out. Go back. Go back to RU from where you came. Don't stay here. Don't stay here, man. Ma'am, just go back. Just go back, please. Torkoal, Sun. Again, I don't know if Sun is legal here, but if it is, then it'll be fine. But if not, well, it'll just, continue to drop. But because Sun is viable in OU, and I think even in UU, it'll be, it'll be fine. So yeah, I honestly, I don't know if, did Sun get banned from UU? I don't think it got banned yet. Again, if you guys know in the comments, please let me know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, if Sun is banned here in NU, then yeah, I don't see it staying here. Probably drop again. But again, in the higher tiers, it'll be used on Sun. Xatu being what you are, a teleporter, a magic bouncer, a calm mind setter. You got a lot going for you. And usually Xatu does shift between NU and RU. So I kind of see the same thing happening here. Same with Espeon as well. Granted, I think this is Espeon's first time being in NU. So yeah, I honestly think that both of them could rise back up to RU. They're both very strong. They're both a little too strong right now for the metagame. More Espeon than Xatu, to be honest, but I don't know. Xatu does add like another teleporter, which is pretty cool. Adds teleporting, psychic coverage is just great in general. Yeah. Also does have a lot of utility options to break through stuff like Gastrodon with Grass Knot too. Again, psychic just hits hard in general. Can stall things out with Roost too. Also has access to boots, so you don't have to worry about, taking rock damage anyway. Yeah. And also, its speed tier is pretty good anyway. Like, base 95 is not that bad for this meta. So yeah, it actually speed ties with a Haunter, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know if I see it staying long. But if it does stay long, it'll solidify itself into the metagame. So for now, it's good. Alright, NU to PU. You're just, I don't know about Audino. You're a rocker, you're a teleporter, you're Specs. I'm surprised you're actually down here. I thought you'd be back in NU. I guess people, yeah, I don't know why this thing dropped. Maybe it has to deal with, like, well, I don't know. Like, Drampa actually has pretty good coverage, so I would expect it to stay here, but I guess it just gets powered down by, gets hammered down by stuff like Sneasel, and also like Silvally Fairy too. Yeah, I guess it's just not strong enough, or I guess it's just too slow, and people just want to opt with the faster dragon being like Alolan Eggy, slash Duraludon. So I guess that makes sense. It's funny because like in the beginning of the because like months ago when Drampa, Eggy, and Duraludon dropped, like people thought that all three of them would get banned, but to see this happening to where Eggy and Duraludon are both NU and Drampa being PU, it's interesting. But I could see this. I mean, this thing will probably get banned from PU again. May end up, getting back into NU when people start running like the Glare set. So yeah, that'll probably happen. Garbodor, I don't think you're gonna stay PU. I think you're gonna go back to NU. It's actually pretty funny. It's PU and it's Garbodor. Get it? PU trash. Anyways, yeah. Spiker, good T-Spiker. Good defensive wall in general with the Rocky helmet plus Aftermath. Yeah, it's good, but I don't think it'll stay. Same with Golbat. Now that Crobat's gone, Golbat's gonna be rising in usage, so that mon will go right back up to NU. Lycanroc, again, paired with Gigalith, I think this thing will also rise back up to NU as well. Ninetales, Ninetales is just bad. It'll probably be fine here though. Alolan Persian. It's interesting. Thought that thing would stay in you. But I mean, it's a good defensive mon. Or I mean, it's a good like utility mon with like U-turn plus like foul play too. And like parting shot as well to get some switch initiative going. Also, it's pretty fast too. Like I'm very surprised that thing did drop. But yeah. Probably has to deal with like Sylvalic Fairy too. That might be part of it. And also Whimsicott too, since it does outspeed it by 1 point. Which is, or I mean, Whimsicott can outspeed a Lowland Persian by 1 point. So, maybe the rise of Whimsicott is really pushing them on down. That could be it. Also, Galley can kind of break through it too. Like, yeah, I guess it's just not enough. Well, that pretty much does it for a Lowland Persian. It'll probably rise back up though. Poliwrath and PU. I didn't actually use Poliwrath, so I don't know what that thing does. I think it's like, I think it's pretty defensive with like circle throw and such. You can like phase things around with it. But it does have, you know, some other cool stuff that it can do, like CC and Darkest Lariat and all that jazz. And high horsepower, I think. So I don't know. It'll probably be fine here though. It'll probably drop down to ZU though. But yeah, it'll solidify itself there. Rapidash and PU. That thing's pretty bad too. And SD set's good. Choice Scarf is good. Fire types and PU in general are just good, so it'll be fine here. Sableye, I don't know what that shit does. Probably just like, you know, taunts things and all that jazz and knocks off things. So it'll be fine in PU. I think it was PU last gen too. So like I said, it'll be fine there. Sylvally Dragon and PU. That feels a little off to me. That feels very off. That feels very, very off. I think it has to do with Sylvally Fairy and again Whimsicott. Like honestly, Sylvally Dragon is very strong. That thing is very strong, being either mix or being a an SD set. That thing is so pretty strong. Again, like +2 or +2 dragon multi attack. Like that's some pretty hefty damage off that thing. Also being stab as well. Like I'm very surprised that it dropped. Cause I remember at a point that it was actually like pretty solid in the metagame. But yeah, I guess between the two Sylvally forms here, it's just like overall like pretty damn strong. So yeah. So yeah, it'll probably be okay. Well, actually, I think it'll get banned from PU though. That thing is very strong. I don't see it staying there. All right, Skunk Tank dropping the PU. Again, very fitting. It'll be fine. Probably. It'll probably go back up though once some mons get banned. Maybe. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it'll stay. Don't really know. It's a good defogger too. You can defog some stuff around. You can run it mixed as well with Sucker Punch too. So I think it'll be good against the ghost types that are running around right now. But it's not going to be too good against Sand Slash, which is actually like pretty good too. Or at least from what I've been seeing, it was pretty good. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be fine though. Spirit Tomb in PU. With your new move in Poltergeist, I'd expect you to actually get a little bit to get some more usage in NU, but I guess not. I think it might be too strong for PU. I think this might be the best ghost type, or I mean it'll probably end up being the best ghost type. It'll probably take over Gorgeist once the time comes. Because for one, I think it's actually faster than, well, not Gorgeist, it's actually faster than what was the mon? Runerigus, yeah, it's faster than Runerigus. So it'll hit a lot harder than it too. I think it's also faster than Dusknoir too, isn't it? Or did Dusknoir drop into ZU? No, it's still here. Oh no, Dusknoir is actually still faster. Okay. Well, I do think it'll rise up in usage. It'll probably be pretty good in PU. All right, Tangela, another defensive mon. So you have a lot of defensive there's some defensive cores going on here. You got the double regen now with Audino and Tangela. You got Clefairy being an asshole with Healing Wish. You have like Wishy-Washy being your defensive like pivot and all that. Like, and also like Golbat as well and Garbodor. Like, it's gonna be nasty in PU. I think a lot of teams are gonna get bulkier. With Tangela being down here. So yeah, another grass type. Trevenant. Trevenant's gonna have some competition with Gourgeist. May end up, dropping. Honestly, I don't know if that thing gets does Trevenant get Sucker Punch? If it does get Sucker Punch, then it might be able to trump it does get Sucker Punch. Okay. Huh. I didn't know you got Sucker Punch. You get Shadow Sneak too, right? No, you don't. So Sucker Punch on you. Don't you get Sword Stance, or am I wrong? You don't get Sword Stance. That's okay. Poltergeist still pretty good on you though. Yeah, I think this one will be pretty good in PU. Again, it also does have access, like again I already mentioned, it has access to Sucker Punch, so it can kind of break through the Ghost types a little bit better than maybe even Gourgeist. Granted, I don't think it'll really break through it that well because it could potentially get burned, but it does have access to natural cure, so you can kind of like play around with that. Yeah, I don't know. It'll have some competition with Gourgeist, but it'll probably it may end up dropping down depending on how games go. Wishy-Washy was a pretty good defensive pivot. Surprised to see it actually drop down. So I guess that it's fun in NU being the defensive wall that it was with flip turn and all that jazz. So it'll probably do the same thing here in PU. So yeah, not really much else to say about it. Again, for one, I didn't really use it that much, if at all. so there's that too. But yeah, okay. PU to ZUBL. I'm gonna go through these now, or I'm gonna go through these pretty fast because like there's not much to really talk about, and also I don't play ZU at all. So let's see. You shouldn't be here. I think you're too strong with your simple stuff, and you're unaware of all that stuff. You're not gonna be here. Or I mean, you should definitely go back up to PU. You can spin and rock. That's it. You might be too strong. You're bad. That's it. You're just bad. You're only good in your form. You're only good in your shadow form or only your Ice Rider form. Outside of that, you're some shit. All right. Crustle with Spike and Rocks is pretty cool. Shell Smash 2 is nice. Crustle will be pretty good on Trick Room. Specs is strong. I don't know what you do. You're a nice defensive wall. Or I mean a nice offensive thing with Sing and such. You might be too strong, I think. I think Leafeon might be too strong for ZU. Surprised you're in PU, but again with no hidden power, that's kind of expected. You could sleep stuff, I guess. You should be the electric type that people are going to be focusing on. So I think when Bolta gets banned, this will get some usage. I guess you're good on Trick Room. Mr. Rhyme, man, that's funny. It's funny. Both like the Galar forms did not save Mr. Mime. Only the original one got better. That's pretty funny. Actually, I think the original one is PU, isn't it? Isn't it? Let's see. Mr. Mime, where are you at? Mr. Mime is... Nope, it's ZU. It is ZU. That thing is also ZU. Wow. So the whole Rhyme or the whole like Mime family is terrible. Okay, got it. All right. You'll probably end up getting banned and go to PU. Well, you only can set up terrain, so you'll probably be good with Manectric / Bolton. I think you're too strong, honestly, even for ZU. I think Reboot might get banned. Banded is cool. Spikes on you is cool. You're a good defensive wall. I feel like you got. I feel like type null shouldn't be here. I think it's too damn bulky. Way too bulky. So I don't know if it'll stay. You're just bad even with Sword Stance. Alright, so that covers all these mons. I covered every mon. I was thinking about doing the viability test, or the viability on the OU mon, so I guess I could just go through this very quickly. Okay, Zygarde, cool, Clef, Lando, Mag, Heatran, kyurem-B, Urshifu, Spectre, Metal, and Pex. Zygarde's gonna get banned. That thing is too damn strong. It can cheese through teams with Glare plus DD, so yeah, there's that. Clefable is the way to check this thing. Lando is just a good Scarfer right now. Surprisingly, even though it doesn't have hidden power ice, it's still pretty good. Or still seems to be pretty good. So I guess Choice Scarf is the move, especially with like defog and such as well, and U-turn and all that jazz. Magearna, it's good. It's good for dealing with Zygarde and even dealing with Kyurem and Urshifu and Heatran even to some extent. Yeah, Magearna's just strong in general, like always. Heatran is a good defensive wall. It's the mon we needed. It's the stall breaker we needed. So I'm happy to see it be top 5. kyurem-B, DD, Mix, Bandit, all of them are good. They're all good sets. Eventually I see kyurem-B getting banned, but not until Pheromosa gets the boot first. I think Pheromosa is a little too much of a problem right now. So I think Pheromosa might get the boot. Once it gets the boot, then kyurem-B will follow. So yeah, Urshifu regular, or Urshifu like dark, or Darkfu, Akuma, all that jazz, same name. Akuma's good, it's very good. Bandit's nice, Scarf is pretty okay. Bulk Up Life Orb is very good too. That's also very good. So there's that. It can kind of deal with Spectre to some extent since it can Sucker Punch it. So we can check that. And also it can deal with kyurem-B too with CC. It can honestly check everything here. Like Wicked Blow just bodies everything. Even Clefable, well not Clefable. Clefable can take it on pretty well. But it has to fear Jab or Iron Head. But Wicked Blow can run through Lando and same with Zygarde. So yeah, Spectre. That thing will be dangerous, man. That thing, that horse, man. That dead horse, man. That shit too strong. Specs is good. Scarf is also good. Nasty Flat's starting to rise in usage, so Nasty Flat sub is pretty nice on that thing. Melmetal. Hey, Young Melly, baby. That thing. Oh man. Oh, Melmetal. That's my boy right there. That shit do be hitting, man. That shit do be hitting. That thing, like double Iron Bash. Such a goated move. Such a goated and such a goated move, man. I love that move so much. Just hit things twice and then they just die. Amazing. Also, I think people are starting to make Melmetal more defensive, which is pretty interesting. So you get to see like stuff like AV to deal with Spectre, and even some more defensive variants that have like Protect and such. And even Body Press too. So Melmetal is actually becoming more versatile, which is very, very good to see. That was something that we didn't see initially when this mon first dropped. Like everyone was just running Bandit on this thing. There were some people that tried some other stuff like Acid Armor and all that jazz, but now with the metagame being more open to Melmetal, we're gonna be seeing a lot of creativity on that thing. I even have a little something for you guys about Melmetal that I plan on using, like a T-waving one. So you know, you can already figure out where that's gonna go. Toxapex, cool. It's top 10. All right, Pheromosa, that thing. Ooh, oh boy, that thing kills everything up here. It actually just kills everything up here. So yeah, I don't know if you're gonna stay. Like, I really think this month's gonna get banned by the end of the month. Either by the end of this month, or it'll be the first ban in December. Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up between Pheromosa and kyurem-B getting banned together, or Pheromosa getting banned first and then kyurem-B getting banned after, or vice versa. But all I can say is that all of its sets are good. All of its sets are just great. So, I don't know if it'll, stay. I mean, it obviously won't stay. Ferrothorn being 12 in usage is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it is a decent wall to Melmetal too. It can kind of take on Kyurem, but not like super well. That's all I can really say about Ferrothorn. It's just meant to be a spiker. That's it. I guess spike pressure is just very good overall. Granted, like most of them can kind of get messed up by hazards. Except for like Lando and except for like Clefable. And Zygarde doesn't really care about rocks. Spikes it kind of does care about, but not like too much. And Kyurem doesn't really care since most of them run boots and such. So yeah. But yeah, in general, these things are good spiker and also good at getting some leech seed recovery back to you with protect such or with protect plus a leech seed. Zapdos being 13th in usage makes sense because it has to deal with Melmetal, and also it can kind of deal with Urshifu as well. Can't really break through too much though since it lost HP Ice. So with HP Ice being gone, it can't break through Zygarde as well as it used to. But Hurricane is there, so Hurricane can do some damage to it, but that's all. That's pretty much it. Also, because it's an electric type, it can avoid getting paralyzed from Zygarde, so that is very, very cool. But Thousand Arrows still hurts though. Don't get it twisted. That still hurts. But yeah, outside that though, it's a very good defensive wall for defogging and also just cheesing with static. Pert. Hey, Pert is 14th in usage. That's amazing. It's actually amazing. That thing is very good in flip turning. Like flip turn is a godsend for that move or for that mon. Like, oh my, Pert needed some kind of utility option, and I'm so glad it got it. Like flip turn is really a blessing for this DLC. Now it can just pivot around whatever it wants to. It can still be very good with like earthquaking through the steel types in this meta. Again, dealing with mag, dealing with metal, dealing with Heatran and Pex. That's very, very good. Ice Beam also caps down Zygarde and Lando as well. And also it's pretty bulky on the defensive side, so it could actually take some hits from Kyurem decently well. Not like super well, because Bandit can still cap that thing, or even Outreach can just straight up murder it. But still, it's good being defensive or being Spadef. So yeah, it's good mon. Very happy to see it get this usage. I'm very happy. It'll be very cool to see it reach top 10, but I don't think it'll reach top 10. I think top 15 is good enough for it. I honestly think that top 15 is good enough, so I'm happy where it's at. Tapu Fini, cool. You actually can wall Zygarde because of the Misty Surge, and also Calm Mind plus Rainy Kiss plus Taunt. That just beats Pex and any kind of setup user. So that is amazing. That is just amazing. So I'm happy to see Tapu Fini get the respect it deserves. It's actually very crazy to see that it's the most used Tapu. Like Tapu Koko is 31 in usage, which is crazy to me. Like again, I think I mentioned this in my live a while back, but I really never expected Tapu Fini to be the most used Tapu. Like I thought it'd be Tapu Lele or even again Tapu Koko, but the meta has proved otherwise. So Tapu Fini is the top Tapu. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with talking about the other mons. I guess I could try to do a brief run through of them. Again, Buzzwole deals with Zygarde, can also wall Urshifu. Cinderace, it's just pretty good. It's just good overall. It deals with half these things. Again, what's it called? Gunk Shot, Pyro Ball can do a good chunk. Pyro Ball, HJK, Zen, Pyro. Yeah, it's just in HJK on that. It's good. It's still pretty good. But it's not getting as much usage right now. But I think it'll get some more usage once Zygarde drops. Gets banned. Mandibuzz, it's good for Spectre. That's it. Rain, Electric Spam is very solid. It's very solid. There's so many ways to get rid of the ground types. So once the ground types are gone, Electric Spam go crazy. Electric Spam go burr. Okay, Grassy Surge, boom, good for killing everything. After an SD, that thing just murders. You got High Horse, Grassy. If you chip it down enough, you could kill it, and you could kill it with +2 Grassy, or just Drain Punch or whatever, or Superpower on the switch in. Grassy straight up murders Spectre, so that's very good. Melmetal can take it on though, and Pex can get capped by Woodhammer / Grassy. Drill's a good spinner, and he could also deal with the Steel and the Heatran and Pex and Clef and Kyurem. If it's not like DD, you can hard head through it if you're running like a Scarf. If you're running Scarf Drill, I think Scarf Drill is actually pretty underrated. I think that Mon should get some usage too. Urshifu Water, that's good on Rain. On Rain, that thing murders everything here. Garchomp is a good rocker. Specs Latios is slept on. It's very, very slept on. This thing's gonna be like 20th. It's gonna be 20th in usage once Zygarde's gone and Pheromosa. Like once those two are gone, this shit's just gonna skyrocket. Honestly. T-Tar is a good counter to a Spectre. So is Blissey, and Slowbro's a good pivot. Dragapult is overshadowed by kyurem-black. Once kyurem-black is gone, and Zygarde as well, then you're gonna see this thing rise up. Honestly, I kind of would expect this thing to get a little bit more usage than it has right now. It's actually pretty crazy to see it not get any usage. I think Specs and even Scarf are good. But again, that's just what I think. But I think it also has to deal with the fact that Regieleki is now the fastest mon in the metagame, and also Pheromosa being the second fastest kills Dragapult with an Ice Beam. So there's that too. Also, I don't think Dragapult can really break through any of these mons here that well. Like Draco can deal with Zygarde and kyurem-black and even Urshifu, but it can't break through everything else here unless you go for like T-Spikes or just burn something. But even then, they still don't take. Or I mean, even then, they could still like kill Dragapult back. So yeah, this thing being 2019 usage makes sense. Moltres is a very good Melmetal answer unless they're running Rock Slide. So yeah, Coco again with electric spam. That thing is a very good support mon for Regieleki. Gyapdos. Gyapdos is a good Intimidate. Is a good Defiant mon, so it can take on Lando from Intimidates. Or just like status drops in general from Defog from Lando, or just any Defogger in general. It can just cap through, or make it just break through with Brave Bird, or Thunder's Kick, or CC. Yeah, Scarf is actually the more popular set right now. So yeah, Torn. That thing's gonna get some usage once again Zygarde and Kyurem go. And even then, I think it's still pretty decent though. It's interesting that people thought this thing was gonna get banned like right away. It's not gonna get banned right away. Like this mod will eventually become a problem, but that's in the foreseeable future. Right now, this thing is manageable. But I do see it getting banned though, or I do see it becoming a problem like later on. On Rain, I think this thing's pretty good though with Weather Bolt plus Hurricane. That's pretty nice. The Nasty Plot set again will get some usage once the bigger threats are out the way. Kartana under Grassy Surge go crazy. That mon go crazy, man. that thing hit hard. You're banned. Corviknight gets capped by Zygarde and kyurem-black. This thing's rising in usage because of Rain. Blaziken's bad. I hate to say it, it's just bad. It may honestly, for it to be 38th in usage is still pretty crazy. It must be getting a lot of usage on the low ladder. Still, but yeah, you being 38th in usage, I think that'll change again once the bigger threats are out the way. Again, Zygarde and Kyurem are the things that are stopping this thing. Like that's what's stopping it from sweeping, and a couple other things as well. Like of course, Pheromosa as well. Pheromosa can just kill that thing too. But yeah, you will get better once things go away. So yeah, Dragonite being 39th in usage. Again, Kyurem and Zygarde. That's it. And also Clefable just being number one, just kind of stomps on Dragonite a little bit. But I think it's still pretty good though. Definitely some mixed Dragonite could be pretty cool. Again, DD's also pretty solid too with the dual wing beat too. But even then, I think it also has like a move, like a four move slot syndrome too. And what you really want to run on this thing. But yeah, with the boots though, it does make it a lot more viable. So there's that too. Doesn't have to worry about rocks anyway. But yeah, even after a DD, this thing's still pretty slow though. Like it still gets outsped by Pheromosa too, and Dragapult. Well, not Dragapult though, unless it's like Scarf. But this one, you know, just straight up beats it anyway. And Regieleki will always outspeed it, even at +2, I think. Well, if they go max speed, then yeah. But yeah, this thing being the fastest one in the metagame, yeah, yeah. But I still think it's pretty solid though. Alright, and then Nidoking. Again, Nidoking kills everything here. Like, literally just does. Ice Beam, Wave, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Earth Power, Earth Power, Earth Power, Earth Power / whatever. Even Shadow Ball if you want to do that, but I don't think you want to do that. Just go with the standard Sledge Wave, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and then like sub or something. You died a wave. So yeah, that covers everything. Jeez, I talked for a whole 2 hours. What the fuck? Anyways, that covers my thoughts about the usage of these mons and also the tier shift as well. Again, we had a pretty big tier shift, man. This is crazy. Again, half these mons aren't staying RU. I'm gonna say it. Half of them aren't staying RU. They're either going right back up to UU, or they're gonna drop down to NU. And again, I already listed the mons that are gonna be dropping down to NU, and I really do think they will drop down to NU because I think they're gonna get overshadowed. Again, already one of them's already in NU in this thing. So yeah. Anyways, that covers my thoughts about the metagame. If you guys did enjoy it, my thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I'm tired from talking so much. But yeah, leave your thoughts down in the comments below about what you think about the metagame. I'm very curious about what you guys think about it. Do you guys enjoy it? Do you guys wish that they took a little bit more time with the tier shifts or whatnot? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, be safe, wash your hands, and I will see you in the next Pokemon Showdown live thing or whatever, like discussion about the metagame or something like that. Yeah. Wash your hands, be safe, peace out.